morning. Today is Tuesday, December 23rd, 2014, and this is Before the First Cup with Zorie and Lady Pitbull on UCY.TV. Good morning, lady.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, and you?
I'm good, actually. It's gray and rainy around here. I'm looking at this cool-ass little woodpecker, like, cruising up the tree bark, and, it was, I don't know, dude, it's like the day before Christmas Eve.
Wow, and here yesterday it was like spring, and today it's supposed to get into the 70s.
Whoa!
Yeah. And not a chemtrail in sight. Beautiful blue sky, and it was about 68 degrees. It was perfect for working outside. It was awesome.
Wow, for you guys, having no chemtrails in the sky is
it's
like
shocker.
a luxury.
Yeah.
They might be taking Christmas off.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah, actually I am. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, me too. All done. I even have some packages delivered. So I kicked back last night and ate the extra rum balls.
That's great, man. Oh,
Yeah.
look, Bloodless just went into the chat. What's up, dude?
Long time no see.
Yeah. That's awesome. I gotta say hey. What's up, Blood? That's great, man. I love all our chatters. I say hey to everybody in the chat room. What's up, everybody?
And Merry Christmas, ho ho ho.
Yeah. That's great, man. Oh my god, JJ's in there. Gotta love JJ.
Anna, and there's a lot of people in there this morning. A lot of early risers today.
Yeah, how come we heard Vince earlier? When did he turn into Prepper Chicks?
I didn't hear him.
I just now did.
Huh.
Yeah,
well,
he was like
Vince, he gets around.
I guess so. Damn, Vince, what's up with that? Vince
good
gets
morning,
around.
JJ. I see JJ out there.
That's pretty funny, man. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm excited. I like Christmas. I don't know. I think it's commercialized, yeah, but you know, it's also
it's a warm feeling of the year.
I think so, and it means that we're halfway out of the dark.
Well, I like it because you see more of your friends. I mean, people make a special effort to, go visiting and I don't know. Yeah, just warm and fuzzy, I think.
Yeah, warm and fuzzy and everything, and I don't know.
Let you forget about other things, just for just a little while, bit.
Yeah, chance to see family and friends and stuff like that. I don't know. Eat
so mushy stuff where you get to hug a lot of people and say Merry Christmas.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And my favorite part is there's always a Doctor Who Christmas special that airs on Christmas Day. So I really dig that, and I'm looking forward to the Doctor Who episode.
Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't have a TV, so we don't watch any Christmas things here. But
wow, Vince is saying it was dead air, so maybe it was
Well, I heard Pepper Chick.
That's weird, man. Maybe it's like I don't know. I heard Vince say hi to me. He's like, "Hey, Wendy," because I got in there and I had. That's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's some
yeah,
weird.
I was listening to her show. She was hitting some of the news and stuff.
Oh, I see. He got on there because it was dead air. I gotcha.
Then why was I hearing her?
I don't know, man.
Yep.
Holy sheep shit. There's some weird, like, fifth dimensional Doctor Who shit going on. Crazy ass shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to this one house. There's this Ferry's Pharmacy here, and they do up their house. I mean, they start a couple months in advance getting it set up, and it was so beautiful this year. It was Colors of Love, and he had all these beautiful colors. And I mean, there's every inch of the house is covered with lights. He pays $4,000 a month utility bill while he has it up. But we went over there last night before last at 11 o'clock, and we got there just in time because he shuts it down at 11. And he left it on for us. But I love Christmas lights.
Oh, I do too. I think that's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing is the lights.
Yeah, there's this place in Downey, California. People come from all over the world to see this. It's a whole 4 blocks of all the same theme. And you drive all the way down the street, and every house is just lit up, and the theme goes along. And we used to go every year. I mean, the traffic is so backed up just to get up there and see it.
Wow, that's awesome when the whole damn neighborhood participates in that.
Yeah, and they get a discount on their power bill. It brings a lot of tourists into the area.
It's neat.
But it is beautiful. Now, last time I went down and see my mom at Christmas time, they were still doing it, but I don't know now. But yeah.
Dude, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's just, wow. It takes your breath away. It's so beautiful.
And you know what's more awesome is that the power companies work with these people. That's how it should be. You know,
some of them do. Not the one here for the guy who owns ferries. They don't give him no break at all.
It's just, I don't know. I just think that everybody should, even the damn corporation should freaking give it a break for a minute. But all these bastards out there, they're open, they were open on Thanksgiving Day, you money-hungry, grubbing bastard fuckers. That's what
I remember here in California, the only store you would find open in any city was Thrifty Drug, and no other store was ever open on Christmas, Easter, or Thanksgiving. Yeah. Now they're all open.
Yeah, it's just they won't stop. It's just ridiculous.
People work on Christmas Day, and yeah, it's all about money. They don't care.
I'm actually not looking forward to New Year's at all.
I don't do New Year's anymore.
I do
2 years ago.
I mean, I do. I like it, and I love the idea of a new year and all this, and partying and puking all the next day, and all that. You know what I mean? But 2015, man. I'm filled with some kind of innate dread going on inside.
My friend that passed last year, we used to always go to his place and set off fireworks.
Oh,
this year's going to be hard because we're not going to do it.
Oh, that's really hard, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, when we were coming back from going out to Texas, we stopped in New Mexico and bought all kinds of big fireworks and stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah, but now we're not going to let it off, so I don't know.
One of the things that's really cool here about Michigan now is that they got rid of their fireworks laws, and now you can have any fireworks you want here in the state. Yahoo!
Oh, we still can't have fireworks here. He had property way out, and we just did them anyway. But, yeah, but it's so weird, because, right here, we can't have fireworks, but right up the mountain in Mount Shasta, you can. You can buy them. They have fireworks stands and everything. But down here in the city, you can't.
Wow.
Now, that just seems dumb, because you're less likely to start a fire in the city than you are up in the mountains.
Yeah. Well, in Detroit, they celebrate by shooting guns off in the air.
They do here, too, and that's stupid because bullets come back down.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but there's always somebody firing off rounds, too.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Huh?
Sorry, that's always fun.
Yeah. But shoot at a target, not, up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, I don't know why they just don't get it.
Well, people are freaking stupid, that's why.
Oh, yeah, I think you got it right on the head. Yeah, hit the nail on the head.
Yesterday, in my self-defense class, the instructor brought in now I forgot what it was. Yikes!
Oh, no.
It was a pistol, and I can't remember what the hell the make was. Damn it. But we were practicing with a real pistol. And, with the weight and everything, like gun disarming and stuff. dude, that was like freaking sweet. Oh my god, I'm so glad
it's a lot different when it's the real gun than
it's you're staring down the barrel of like a real gun, you know, we have it pointed in your face.
That's not a good feeling at all. Even if you know it's not loaded, it is still a very uncomfortable feeling.
Very much so. I was absolutely like going, whoa, this is different from like the solid blue, you know, plastic guns that we use normally. I mean, there's no barrel on those plastic guns, but it was just super cool to experience the weight of it. I mean,
and it is a big difference. It is.
Mm-hmm, it is. It's huge. I mean, because there was just a robbery in like close to here, and like you can see it on the camera. There was a guy at the window, and oh wow, holy shit. There was a guy at the window and you could see the robber come in and put the gun to the back of the guy's head that was at the teller window. And dude, we've practiced that little disarm like so many times. I've done it for 2 years now. I've been in the self-defense class and I can do it in my freaking sleep.
I bet. But that's what you need. Your body needs that memory.
The muscle memory, absolutely. And the cool thing about that is, like, I don't know, man. I'm always kind of like tongue-in-cheek, kind of hoping that some motherfucker will hold me up and somebody else will videotape it. You know what I mean? And look at this bitch, you know?
Oh boy!
I know, it's crazy.
Woman attacks bank robber.
I've actually had a real gun pointed at me, and I got robbed once.
Good feeling.
I got robbed once, and it was during my drug use days when I was like smoking fucking crack, and this was like, I don't know what, 15 years ago now. So it's been a long time, thank God. No, actually, it's been 20 years ago. I stopped doing that crap in '94, so it's almost over 20 years. Anyway, so yeah, some guy grabbed my shirt. I was in the car and he pulled up on my shirt, pointed the gun to my head, and I was like, "Oh man!" Like that was my response, right? And the driver didn't even know what the fuck is going on because some other assholes were fucking with him on the other side of the car. And so he was like, "Show me the money, show me the money." And so I showed him 4 10s, right? And and then I put it back down, and I took 3 10s, shoved them underneath the driver's seat, and then I took 1 10 and like flipped it back up in the tip of my fingertips, and then he took that and ran. And it was 1 10. He only got 1 fucking 10 out of me. And then that's when the driver looked over, he's like, "Shit, oh my god, you know."
And for $30, forget it. I just give him all the money.
No, I'm like, "You motherfucker ain't giving my money, man, shit." And so I just, I shoved him under the driver's seat. And you only got away with 1 10, you fucker. So, and then we got the fuck out of there. Oh my god. So that's my story. I don't know, JJ asked who's hosting. I'm hosting. If he wants to come on in, that would be fun to talk to JJ.
Yeah, JJ's always fun.
It's better than hearing us droning on reading stories.
Well, speaking of that, and of children, and of stealing, gun control PSA advocates that children steal their parents' guns and bring them to school. I
heard that shit. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding. So now they're encouraging their kids to steal from their parents. Oh, that's real fucking great.
And Dare already had your kids turning you in for pot or anything else. Right. Now they want the kids to steal from their folks.
Fucking A. I mean, this is just way too crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, and to bring them to school. So what? So they can bust them for bringing a gun to school?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And there's a video, too, but we can't play videos. But it says, of course, this is a felony, but they encourage it anyway. The ad was released by Regina Cincy and Sleeper 13 Productions. Unbelievable, it says. Because having kids not trained on firearm carrying guns to school is a good idea, huh? It's all video, but I seen that heading and I went, excuse me? And then, stop gun violence. Have your kids steal your gun and bring it to school. So what, is the kid supposed to bring it loaded?
Yeah,
I'm unloading the gun.
Yeah, if it was loaded, they sneak it into their little backpack. What the fuck are these assholes trying to do here? Hey, I think we got JJ on.
Ooh, JJ can play clips.
JJ?
I hear something.
Here's something.
Are those reindeer I hear? It's all static.
It's static Santa JJ.
Yeah.
Can't hear shit, dude. There.
Static stuff.
You there?
Am I here?
Yes, you're here.
Right. I don't know what the hell that was. As soon as I answered it, my computer froze up. I'm just on this crappy little laptop. I'm still waiting for a hard drive for my main rig.
Oh.
So how do I sound, all right?
You sound kick-ass.
Yeah, well, I got a few minutes, and I thought it'd be nice if I hopped on to say Happy Christmas to everybody.
Yahoo! Merry Christmas! That's awesome, dude.
So what do you think of that, JJ? Having your kids steal your gun and taking it to school?
To turn it in.
I think it's a great idea. No, I'm just kidding. Where did you... we were in the middle of trying... I was in the middle of trying to get this... I didn't actually hear the story.
Oh, well, it's not really a story. It's an advertisement they have out now, and it says, Gun Control PSA advocates that children steal their parents' guns and bring them to school. And it's a video, and it says, of course, this is a felony, but they encourage it anyway.
So they can arrest the kid?
Right. I wouldn't doubt it. And the parents for allowing the kid to get their gun.
I hate this country sometimes.
I know, dude.
Not really. Look, I love it here, and I love the people I know. But yeah, man, we got to stop making things illegal because things are getting worse, not better.
That's the only way they can control us, JJ, is with crime. And if there's not enough crime, they have to make laws to make more crime so they can bust more people.
Everything's either illegal or taxable, and that's the crime right there.
I love the country. I hate the fucking libtards.
Yeah. Well, I hate all the politicians. Every one of them. That includes right down to the mayor of your fucking town. Every one of them would suck some corporate penis for a little bit of money.
And, we would do just fine without them. People go, oh, well, you have to have structure. You have to have enforcement. No, you don't.
Well,
if they all disappeared tomorrow, what? Are you going to go out and go crazy and shoot everybody?
That's what I said. If they made heroin legal tomorrow, would your mom start shooting heroin?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Well, and there should, in communities, there will always be structure and some rules, but 6 million laws, statutes, and regulations in America. Everything you do, selling loose cigarettes out of a pack of cigarettes can be a death sentence. And now we're supposed to remember these two dead fallen officers, but fuck everybody else. Fuck the 7,235 Americans that the police have killed in the last 7 years.
Yeah,
exactly. And
here's the deal. Sure, there's a lot of things that you can do. One, and it's not black and white. It's the poor neighborhoods. All right, it's the black leaders that are out there. One, stop making rules. Stop making everything goddamn illegal. Pardon my language. Look, I mentioned it the other day. 30 years ago, everything in your dad's house when you were as a kid was made in America. Now. Only like 1 or 2 items in your house are made in America.
And that's by prison inmates.
in all the urban areas. All the factories are shut down. I mean, I can list off like 10 corporations around here in the last 20 years that have laid off 30, 40,000 fucking people.
Yeah, dude.
And all your mama and papa stores are gone.
Yep, I was just talking about this very thing with the lady that I go see who's 101, and she even a 101-year-old lady is bitching about that shit.
Mm-hmm. You have no choice but Walmart anymore. There's no other store around.
Yeah,
you know, they're all closed. And with the superstores, they have your grocery store there and everything. And you try and go find a real little. We have a couple stores here still that still has a butcher and a little grocery store, but that's all too.
I always try and do the mom and pop stores. I haven't shopped at Walmart.
And because of the way things have been for the last 20 years, even the little mom and pop stores are now selling Chinese junk.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a buck. I'll ship it to you. You can buy this for $9. And then they charge you $10 for handling fees.
Right, like eBay.
Yeah.
I can remember buying a $2 and something charm when we were wearing those charm bracelets and having to pay $6 in shipping.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Anything I sell on eBay, I ship for free.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You buy it, I'm not charging you shipping and handling, man. I'm not a scumbag.
Handling that kills you. The handling is where the money is.
It's the fucking greed that kills you, period.
Yeah,
my grandfather, rest his soul, was a marketer. Targeted email. Well, this was before email, but he was a marketer. He was it stole his soul, and he spent the last 25, 28, 9 years of his life sober. And here's a guy that always had a wad of $1,000 in his pocket all of his life, an alcoholic, 8, 9 DWIs, but it always living with that my money's in your pocket mentality, and always trying to find a new angle to skim a couple dollars out. And I had aspirations. I was really around the year 2000, 2001. My aspirations were to be a marketer, to make a few pennies off a few million people. And my grandfather made me promise on his deathbed. He told me two things. The last two things he told me, and then he died. One was, don't worry, because it's not scary. It's nothing to be scared about. And he was talking about dying and returning to your father. But the second thing he told me was, don't be a marketer, don't be an advertiser, don't be in sales. He said it, he said, if you do anything for your family, don't do that. Earn an honest buck. And then he died.
Wow, that's like the Bill Hicks did a whole.
Yeah,
I
am with Bill Hicks.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're a marketer, if you're an advertiser,
get out of here.
Yeah, suck a tailpipe.
Mouth around the tailpipe and inhale deeply.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Wow, that's just amazing. That would make an impression on me too. Wow, JJ, that's a heavy story, dude.
And I literally I've got a whole file cabinet full of mailing lists and different fucking, duplicate. Never mind.
No, you got it. Duplicate.
I can't remember I can't spit the word out. Duplicious, ways of conning somebody out of just $1.99. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean.
If I can con 100,000 people out of $1.99, and then you know what I'm saying. And I've got file cabinets full of that crap. ML.
It's funny that the different things that stick with you that your parents or grandparents have said. Like my dad, always I'd hear him say it so many times to people. If you die with your integrity, you lived a good life because no one can take it away from you. It can only be given away.
I agree with that. And
my dad died with his integrity, and that has stayed with me, and it always will.
Well, here's the thing about that. The fucking New World Order is trying. They try every day, and they work at this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get people to give that away to them. That's what they're
snitches, anything like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They want people to give away their morality, their integrity, the whole damn thing, man. And they're freaking succeeding
because then you're hollow.
Yes. And you have to give that shit away to them willingly.
Right.
You have to come to them out of your own volition. They can't take it from you because that's some weird esoteric rule that they've got that you have to give yourself free. It's like giving your soul away to the devil, pretty much.
Well, snitches, that's what I think they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they become your friend, and then they turn you in.
Mm-hmm.
You're nothing in my book then. Nothing.
Yeah.
You're lower than an ant.
Phil, there's one thing in my entire life that I've never been, and that's a snitch.
Hell yeah, me too. Holy
shit. Be responsible for your own damn actions. Don't go putting it on somebody else or getting somebody else in trouble for what
and nowadays they'll try to get you to snitch for a shoplifting charge.
Yeah.
Oh, anything a ticket almost.
That's what they tried. I had two, here I am standing here at Walmart security, right, with two 13-year-old girls, and they're asking me if I could tell them anything that would make them go easier on my girls. I was like, you know what? Let me I want to call the cops right now on you.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Either arrest my kids or I'm taking them now.
Remember when your wife
tried to extort me for $500?
Yeah, remember when your wife or spouse couldn't testify against you, and because that could break up the family? That's gone too.
That's the Fifth Amendment.
They extorted you for $500
each girl. Walmart did.
Each girl?
They didn't charge them. They didn't arrest them. And then about a month later, I got a letter from an attorney saying that in New York State, the laws are retail theft laws have been changed so that they can sue me civilly for, even though nothing was stolen, nothing was removed from the store. They have, it costs the security guards and you have to pay.
Fuckers.
And they were trying to hit me up for $500 each, and it would just go away. And that's the words they said. For $500, it'll just go away. And I just ignored them. I was like, "Fuck you."
Let's say it already went away, dude.
Well,
good for you.
Most people just send them the money.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Good for you.
They did get caught shoplifting. I mean, I couldn't go to court and say, "Oh no, that wasn't them." They did get caught shoplifting, but that doesn't then arrest them and send them to court. But don't try to extort me later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's what it is, too, extortion.
It is.
And knock on wood, I never responded to the letter. And I haven't, maybe there's a judgment against me somewhere.
I don't know. I always thought that, if you were on probation, and then you did your time, but you hadn't paid your fine, that you were still really on probation. My roommate, they came with a warrant. They said she had a warrant because she didn't pay the fine all the way off 18 years ago. And they came at her now, and they're making her pay $2,000.
Oh, my God.
I have a similar, all right, so here it is. Now, when most people say, "Hey, do you remember where you were on September 11th?" Yeah, right. I was in my living room because I was on home confinement. I had an ankle monitor, right? And I was on probation, and I finally violated probation because I was just like, I've got to do a year with an ankle monitor, then my 5 years probation starts, and I just spent a year in the county jail. So I paid for a lawyer. I violated probation, and I got a lawyer, and I cut that fucking ankle monitor off my ankle, and I brought it back to him in a bag. And
but and we looked up.
I'm not done yet. The story gets even better. So my 5 years probation that I was sentenced to for a DWI, right? And this is going on for months and months and months. And I finally go to court. They violate me. I get 12 days in jail, and then everything's dismissed. And then the case is over. I'm off probation, right? So technically, I'm not on probation anymore, right? Well, they start sending me these letters. Probation does, saying, well, it costs $49 a month to be on probation.
What? Yeah, I heard that. Yep. They've been doing that here.
Plus $50 for any urinalysis they give you. You have to pay for that, right? So they start sending me these letters, 49 times 12 times 5, saying that just because I was sentenced and the case was dismissed, I still owe them for them 5 years that I would have been on probation. So I told them, you know what? Fuck you. And I got my lawyer to tell them to stop sending me the letters. Well, about 7 years later, I tried to get my driver's license. That's how long.
Got a hold on it.
I had thousands of dollars in fines. I went around and paid all these fines off from back into the 80s, so that I could get a legitimate driver's license here in New York State. I finally did all this, and I go down to DMV, and don't you know that there's a 600 and whatever that total was? They don't. So they stopped sending me the letters. They put a hold on my driver's license for money I don't owe them, and I did have to pay it. I mean, they couldn't come after me criminally. I just had to settle for not having a driver's license. I didn't have to pay it, and that part was true. But I also would never get a driver's license unless I did.
Hers was for a DUI, but she still can't get a license. But we looked it up, and on it says case closed. So I would think if the case is closed, that means it's closed. But they said it's put out a warrant if she didn't make her $100 a month payment until it's all paid off.
Wow, man.
Yeah, out of the blue. Just like, and she could have swore she paid that off. But, this is 18 years ago. Who has the receipts from 18 years ago?
Right.
So, I don't know. It just, money. It's just crazy. I mean, what is it? I forgot. I thought it was $50 a day to be on the release on the ankle monitor thing.
No, it was $40 a month.
Wow. I had a friend that was on that.
That's just the fee just to be on probation. Then everything else is extra.
It's extra. Yeah, my friend was on it, and he would get on the phone and call him and go, I'm going to the store, and hang up and just take off all the time. They never did do
Well, I lived at the very edge of my county, which was about 40 miles from the city where the office was, and they came to my house every night. Every single night, 7 days a week for 11 months to give me a breathalyzer test. Now, if my ankle machine ever started beeping because I left the area, which happened almost every day, I went to Harborfest. Whatever I wanted on. That's why I was just trying to get violated. I did not. There was no way I was going to do 10 or a year on with an ankle monitor and then start 5 years probation. So, but here's the deal. Every urinalysis test cost me $50 out of my pocket. And every time that machine goes off, and they had to come out to my house, they charged me for gas.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you cut that fucker off your foot...
Oh, they went nuts. They wanted to jump because I brought it into court.
They would charge you for it, wouldn't they?
I waited until the morning that we had a court date, my final court date for my violation. My lawyer said, fuck it, cut it off.
No shit?
Yeah, I cut it off. I put it in the bag. They told me they'd arrest me on the spot, and I was like, all right, try it.
Your lawyer said that, huh? That's crazy.
Didn't they make you pay for the device?
No, it's just the part that actually goes around your ankles. It's just really...
Oh, cloth.
It's really just something that completes a circuit. It's a big piece of plastic with a wire in it, and they have to cut it to fit, so it's not going to fit on another person anyways. And who'd want it on their leg after it's been around your ankle for 11 months?
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, no, they tried all that. They did win in the end because I got off probation. I flipped them off. I told them, fuck you, I ain't paying your money. But they got their money out of me in the end.
Yeah. And they do, one way or another.
I chose not to have a driver's license, which is true.
Yeah, but then you get and they always, remember in the old days when they couldn't bring up your past in court? It was closed off, and now that's the only thing they go by now is your past.
Yeah, well, we're circling the drain. I don't know how I could stress it anymore. And
yeah,
it almost
too many
can't
laws.
be better. It can't. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to just turn the ship around. And that's why I tell everybody.
I think I finally believe that too.
And I don't mean that in a way like, well, just give up and go bury your head. I mean that in a way where brace yourself, man. Brace for impact. Find out who you can trust within 5-10 miles of you. Make a little network. You know, maybe not an official network, but just, you know, bear in mind that things are getting worse and worse. Now we have these MK Ultra cop killers all over.
Yeah. Yes, like we just saw the MK Ultra cop killer.
MK Ultra, man. He kills.
It is.
He goes into a fucking store and then kills himself. And the people who saw it said there was no life in his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
like that guy that killed the cops, you know? I mean, then he just went out.
That's what we're talking about.
You mean the guy that was talking to Jewett Rhodes just before he went and killed all them cops who received money right there in the open? Yeah, just like
really?
that.
I didn't hear that part.
Vincent saw. He was there.
Our Vince?
Yeah. When Jewett Rhodes was talking to the same guy in private that later on went to Reno and killed 2 cops and draped a gas.
Oh, those guys from the Bundy Ranch. Yeah, I remember seeing those guys too. Oh, I was talking about that one that...
Well, that's why I just say, man, don't trust frickin' nobody.
No one, man, no one.
Yeah.
And Wendy can attest to that.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen those people out there too, but I never talked with them. But Vince did, yeah. Yeah, it's...
Well, I mean, you gotta get yourselves ready more than anything else. Make sure that you've got, like, enough, like, food and water, like, the way to multiple way. We hear it on Prepper.
You gotta make sure at least make sure that you can batten down the hatches until you can figure out what to do.
Sure, make sure,
you know, if you have to close all the windows and doors for a month and just fucking figure out what's going on and what you gotta do, at least you should be able to do that.
Right.
Well, did you see? There's an article, and it says U.S. families prepare for modern-day apocalypse. Thousands of families are hoarding food and weapons in anticipation of an impending catastrophe.
Yeah, well, and that's because it's not just us anymore, Dodie. Now, if you turn on Fox News, they're selling gold and silver and storable food. Glenn Beck is selling. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. They're telling everybody it's going to happen. Get prepared. They've been telling.
I'm waiting for the day I turn on NPR, because the only news radio we get here is Fox News when I'm in the car. I'm just waiting for the day I turn it on and hear a fucking limerick from Marty Schachter.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
So, it's just be careful, guys. I mean, I've made a lot of enemies because first of all, I'm not some sort of left-wing fucking little Marxist squatter commie fucking volunteerist, and I point out all these, that chief of police, Mark Kessler, that fucking lying piece of shit, who now, not since his name has been dragged through the mud, he's a piece of shit, and not even cops trust him, no one in the movement. So now he comes out and says he was working for the government, which is bullshit. He's a liar. But it's true that the FBI is out there everywhere trying to get us, with the SPLC, with the ADL. They're out there, man.
Yeah.
Every one of these trying to get the fucking lunatics out of the woodwork so that people... Because I know, Wendy, I've been across this fucking country. I know most of the people in this movement, and the people, okay, it's a peaceful movement. Them people that just want blood in the streets aren't representing us. Those are the fucking...
Right.
They're the feds, man.
Yes.
I want to stop the blood in the streets.
Me too.
Or the feds at bottom.
Or the feds. Yeah.
It's true. And I was thinking about that, like, really, really hard. The cops are being used as a tool. The protesters are being used as a tool.
Exactly.
Being used as a tool on both fucking sides by, like, George Soros and the elite ilk, his elitist ilk, of his kind, and we've got to somehow, I was saying this yesterday, somehow bridge this gap and get everybody on both sides to figure out that they want us all dead, and if we kill ourselves, Yes, and yes, absolutely. They want us to kill each other so that they don't have to. You know what I mean? And
get rid of the division, Republican, Democrat, white, black.
cops,
Get rid
citizens,
of these divisions.
We're talking all these divisions, the cops and the citizens. We gotta, it's gotta stop. And you know what?
Yes, it's us against them, but look.
Who's us?
You gotta put the face on the cops. Yeah, cops are cocks, but you know what, man? They're our brothers and sisters, and they're just as much a victim to this fucking system. Yeah, they're a little more willing, and you have to take each individual on their body of work. But, you know, I'm not in a hurry to start seeing cops and other brothers and sisters in my community dead in the fucking streets.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'll tell you what us and them is. This is what us and them is. It's humanity against the elite.
Yes.
That is what us and them is.
The struggle isn't the Constitution. The struggle isn't we gotta water the tree of liberty with the blood. No, the struggle is for dignity for all fucking humans. Every one.
Well, not even that, dude. These fuckers are trying to turn us all into fucking cyborgs.
I know.
It's us. It's like to save humanity as itself. Really.
I'll use this as an example, girls. If you go to a 20-something wedding, and you know what I mean? And you're at the reception, right? And there's like 30 or 40 18 to 25-year-old guys there. You can't tell them apart. Every one of them has a buzz cut. They all have crew cuts. I was saying that because I went to my cousin's wedding. You could tell everybody, like all the older guys, even though I do still look like a young Greek god and a stud, I am 46 years old, and I have hair. You know what I mean? With a haircut. But, you know, males nowadays, they just shave their head. You know, they're just generic male, human.
Robots.
Yeah, and that's where we're heading.
Yeah, it is where we're headed. They're going to, I mean, God, we've talked about it. I mean, Jules talks about it all the time. They're literally trying to change our DNA. And it's survival of the human species is what we're fighting
for. The TV has so much to do with it. It really does.
Mm-hmm. It's us against the elite. It's all of us as humans against them.
And just think, they have been planning this all along. I mean, we live our lives. They make plans.
And don't give these politicians a pass because they know they're willingly suck the teat of Satan.
That's right.
That's willingly.
You know exactly.
Scaly Pecker, as Bill Hicks says.
Yes. Goat boy.
Goat boy.
Yeah, and then everybody, all these people that think things are going to change because they got Republicans in there, there's going to be a rude awakening for them because nothing is going to change. Nothing.
Well, no, you're right, and it's the leaders. It's our leaders in the alternative movement.
Don't have the balls to stand up and do the right thing.
Well, you know, half of this truth movement is just a bunch of wannabe rock stars that can't play guitar.
That's pretty funny, man.
And it just makes me ill, you know. They're all indignant. Nobody wants to get on board with anyone else, which I'm fine with, you know what I mean? You know, because I look at it like this. While all these fucking alternatives and Alex Jones and all these fucknots have been out there trying to scam people out of their money, there really are things like here in New York State, hundreds of grassroots anti-fracking movements and organizations have been working hard, and they don't get on, because they don't get all over the news and everything. They just work, and every day they do something, and we've now finally banned it in our state.
Yeah, like here for geoengineering, we all get together and work on that.
They are about it. They've gone out and done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy sheep shit.
Yeah, because you got to do something. I mean, and it does, like Dana and I work with Dana a lot, but we don't get into each other's personal lives, but we do work a lot together to try and stop the geoengineering. Well, and it's not for any glory, let me tell you.
No, it's not, but you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if, look, and I've been saying this for 5 years. Alex Jones, people are going to start dying because of Alex Jones, and it is. It's this fucking cops. It's in Las Vegas. It's all over these people that listen to 4 hours of, hey, the other shoe's about to drop. The other shoe's about to drop.
Yeah, get fired up.
Or, I mean, and Bill Cooper was the same thing. I've come to the realization that even in the 90s, talking about the coming collapse, the shoe's about to drop, the shoe's about to drop. The whole business stinks to high.
People on edge, yep.
Hey, Javi, another one of my deep
It's Java! Oh my god, I love you,
Java.
dude! Yay! I'm like, my computer's like messed up and I'm trying to get him a message on. Holy crap.
I agree, Java. I like Larkin Rose.
I do. I don't have any problems with him.
Yeah, I
He's
like
one of the few
read his
people that hasn't
book.
stabbed us in the back.
His book, Iron Web, excellent book. Everyone should read it. It's just, I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
Well, there's enough people here right now that I can give a shout out to all the XD programmers.
Okay.
A lot of these people, that's where I actually, 5-6 years ago, when I was just a noob, you know, getting my feet wet into all this, I met Jav and Captain Gringo and a few others.
Yup, me too.
That I'll know for the rest of my life. And shout out to my brothers, man. You guys have been my friends, man, and I appreciate it. I know so many wicked, cool people now.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah,
That is
that's
a good-
awesome. And then we can
Together,
go
we
to
come out all the
Freaking and hang out and party. That was just, I mean, there's nothing that's ever going to replace those memories. You know what I
I
mean?
agree, Java. That book
There's a-
should be mandatory. It is such a good read, and it is right there. And so well put together.
And let me tell you, my friend Jav, he knows what he's talking about, people. He's been in this movement for a long time.
Yeah.
He's top notch.
Captain Gringo, another one of
right.
one of my oldest, like, you know, truther friends. He's not a truther, but I'm just using that as a sort of a generalized.
And besides, when did truther become a bad word or a bad
All right.
thing to be?
When did seeking the truth become a conspiracy theory?
I know, and you want to know what's funny is the day that it took a while before I finally gave into it, right? And I considered myself outwardly a truther because I thought they were nuts. I thought Alex, you know, I didn't believe. Well, I did believe it, but it was hard to believe. You know, one day you turn on YouTube and that you see this flick and it's called Loose Change, and watching it, and then there's a link to an Aaron Russo interview, and you watch those two videos in one day, having never been exposed to this sort of material, and
it's a slap
I
in the
shut
face.
off my computer and I didn't go near it like it popped up from hell onto my desk for weeks, you know, a couple of weeks, and then I was just so intrigued. I was like, it can't be. But then
so you watch it again, and then you go, wow, it is.
And there was a point where I was like, okay, I am a truther, and I felt like a part of, you know, something big. And then I realized that it was mostly just a bunch of people trying to scam money off each other. But I've been able to pick my way through and find some really great people, and I'm, you know, forever humble, and I'll be forever grateful for that.
Me too. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's one of your most valuable assets. It's a good friend.
I mean, we're three friends right now, and we've just spent about, 40 minutes and not mentioned the news really at all.
Good. That's good,
you know
though,
what?
damn it.
It feels good. You know, like that warm, fuzzy feeling, like I said, this season brings on. And yeah, it's good to let people know you love them and appreciate them.
Yeah.
It's something
And if you know me,
need to tell
man, that's me. I never miss an opportunity to tell somebody I love them.
Me either, or to give them a hug,
or a hug,
anything like that.
Because you never know. I mean, they're here 1 minute, and by God, they're
and I've spent so
gone.
many years from the age of 13. I mean, think about a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid who's now a runaway. I mean, I just spent so many years, you know, just yearning for a hug that I just, you know, now that I have it, I'm never gonna take it for granted. I'm never going to miss the opportunity to share it.
One of the saddest things, I think, is when, and you can see it in some people, they want to hug, but they don't know how. I mean, this is silly, but you have to be taught, when you're young, to be able to hug and to show love. And sometimes you see them and they want to hug, but they just
don't know how. You're right.
Yeah, and it's
huge.
Heartbreaking.
It is. And dude, I'm a total hugger.
Too.
I absolutely am. I love to hug.
I know. Well, I like the body contact. Yeah.
Well, you can tell when someone gives you a hug, you can just tell. I mean, if they mean it.
You can tell the sincerity by a hug.
Yeah. Well, you can tell if they mean it. If they're just, they're just putting their arms around you so that you'll shut the fuck up, or if they're actually saying, "Hey, I love you, brother."
Right. And you can tell that too from a handshake.
Yeah.
The Freemasons know this.
Yeah. The Jew Masons.
The Jew Masons. That's accurate.
They know it.
They do know it.
Yeah, if their body's cold, get away from them.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I was in a Steak and Shake one day, and I looked at these people. It was on a Sunday, and I looked at these people. They were dressed to the nines. I'm thinking, wow, are you like coming back from like a late night party, or are you like coming back from church? I was trying to think, and then I looked into this guy's eyes, and his eyes were black, and I knew. And I looked into his eyes, he looked into mine. He knew that I knew what the fuck he was. Evil.
Ew.
And he knew that I knew it. And that was a poignant moment. Like, I spot you, fucker. You know what I mean? You just, sometimes you just look at somebody and know it, regardless
I get
of the
weird
handshake.
vibes with people, and I won't, like if I meet someone, if I feel weird about them, right when I first meet them, I'll stay away from them forever then.
Yeah. Me too. First impressions, I've got real strong intuition about that kind of crap.
I do too. Me and my Danny, my best friend, and we both, I mean, it's weird, but we usually get the same vibes off of the same people. Like, we'll look at each other, and we know we aren't going to be around these people no more.
Now, see, my dogs used to help me with that.
Andy, I'm so sorry. I almost dropped everything and drove up there that day.
Oh my God.
That is so hard.
I was gonna.
Oh my God.
I know how much you love your dogs.
Oh my God, I know. And like when my last one just died here, a month ago actually, a buddy of mine died on the same day.
Oh man.
Cancer. And that's like a 1-2 punch. Bam, bam! And
I don't take those things well. Even my cat, my iguana. I mean, I cry for months and months after. It still hurts today.
Oh yeah, I can't. If I sit here right now and started talking about my husky Cody,
I know you start tearing up.
Yeah, man.
Too.
And it was classic, like a movie scene. I come home. He was a really old dog. I had him for years, and everybody was trying to talk me into having him put down. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I'm not killing my dog. You know what I mean? If he was in pain or something, it'd be different. But, So anyways, I come home from work one day in the rain, and he had fallen over on the dog run. He slipped through the crack on my deck and hung himself. And here I am sitting there with my dog, my husky, in my arms in the mud and the rain, just bawling like a baby. And Pete Santilli is an evil FBI snitch. He's a fucking piece of crap. Vincent is right. And so is that Chief Kessler. So are the Oath Keepers. Not the patch holders, but the Council for National Policy scumbags at the top.
Absolutely.
Stuart Rhodes, Larry Pratt.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ever get guest spots at RBN or any of the other networks, because I just sit there and glorify them.
Don't even get me started about RBN, man. I've heard so much about that motherfucker. Oh, I don't even want to go into it, because it's not about bashing those guys, but it's about integrity is what it's about, and it's about respect. And if you don't have integrity, you don't have my fucking respect, dude.
That's right. If you don't have integrity, then, I mean, that's all you got.
That's all you got in this life, period.
Well, like if someone's telling you that they lied to their mom or they lied to this person, guess what? They're gonna lie to you,
Right?
Yeah.
you know.
If your new girlfriend is married and you guys are meeting at a truck stop to bang in the bathroom, and you think once she leaves her husband and you get married, she's not going to be banging somebody in the bathroom somewhere else.
Or him
You're
too.
an idiot.
Either way,
Hell yeah!
you trust them, right?
Dude, and it starts, I swear to God, it starts with every step that we take on our precious Mother Earth. Every fucking step has to be filled with the utmost integrity. And then, only then, can you consider yourself a worthy human. Every step you take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know what? And that goes to everything, all our foreign policy, everything. People are like, well, we can't let them out now. We've held them for so what? You know what? That's a risk you have to take to be a good man, to be a good nation.
That's right. Yeah, and if you have to freaking sacrifice some stuff, fine.
It happens.
It's like, I'm willing to shed this mortal Walmart coil. You know what I mean? I'm totally willing to shed that crap.
Well, I'm willing to die for a lot more than I'm willing to kill for.
Yep, I hear you there.
That's good, JJ. I like that.
You know, the only one I'll kill for is to protect me and mine.
Yeah.
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 But I'll die for you right now.
Absolutely. I'll
have your back
to
if
say
you
it
need
too.
it, and I'm there. I will never let somebody down that way.
Right.
Never.
So
No.
there's that.
That's right.
Girls,
Because I'm not afraid of dying. I never
hate
have
these-
been. I think it's we just go on to a next step, and I'm not religious or it's just no.
Well, I'm not worried about it, man. My grandpa was in and out for like you know how it is, with hospice and cancer. So for his last week or so on Earth, he was like in and out and there and back. And I mean, I don't know if it was the morphine, but he made me feel like it's nothing to be worried about or scared of.
I know, and I've been with people when they're taking their last breath a few times, and they have all said the same thing, And these aren't religious people, they'd say, "I'm not scared and I'm ready."
I was there for one of my grandfathers for his last breath. Holding his hand, man, just holding his hand.
Yeah, and here's a guy who wasn't even my biological grandfather, and through all these years, they never treated me like I was their actually ex, because my parents got divorced. My stepmom and dad got divorced, when I was like 15, when I was locked up.
Blood doesn't have to be the same to be family.
Yeah, no, they love me.
You're right.
And he always, I can't even start talking about him because, they were those people, my grandma and my grandpa, my stepmother's parents, were out, never sold me out.
Family. I don't even use the word step. I don't even believe in the word step.
Like 10 times.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, JJ, that they are looking at the man that you've become now, and they are absolutely proud of you. Okay? Let me tell you that right now.
I mean, everybody has skeletons in their closets. But
hey, you know what? I don't regret anything that I did in the past because it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Whether it was right or wrong, it made me who I am today. So it's a life experience.
And
there are a couple of loose ends. There are a couple of things that I could make right before I die that I will. But other than that, I wouldn't change. I couldn't change my life.
You can't change the past or the future. All you can do is do what you can today.
Be responsible for yourself now, and and if you learn from your mistakes, that just makes you that much stronger.
And if you pass that knowledge on to others, there you go.
Yeah. So kudos to you, dude. You rock.
All right, listen, girls, I've got to bounce now. Hey, Merry Christmas! I know I'll see you again before the actual pagan ritual, but
right.
But you know what? And here's my message: when I was a child, my fondest memories were of Christmas, and you can't have them. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
It's
a pagan holiday. I know, blah, blah, blah. I know all these things. And that's why for all them years I would never do, on Halloween, I would never do a show on Halloween. On Valentine's Day, I never did a show on Valentine's Day. Because every other person was telling you, how you're how it's all bullshit and now you're worshiping Satan. No, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
And I love you guys.
Love you too,
JJ.
TV, and I'll see you guys later.
All right.
I love mushy stuff.
Dude, Goat Boy says goodbye.
Peace, yo.
Oh, shit. I messed it up. All right. Take care. Wait.
Don't you just love mushy stuff? I don't care. I do.
Man, I screwed that up.
What'd you do?
I was saying Goat Boy says goodbye.
Oh.
And I screwed it up, man. Damn it. All right, Goat Boy.
Next time.
There we go. Damn it. We were talking about Goat Boy, so I had to get the Goat Boy noise.
Okay.
Enough of that.
Hey, Iota, hi.
Wow. Hi, Iota. Hi, Oda. I love that.
Iota.
Take care, JJ. We love you, dude.
Bye, Jay.
That was great, man. I am totally going to... That was freaking fantastic. Radio right there.
Makes you feel good, huh?
Yeah, man. I am going to absolutely archive that video, like, immediately. JJ heard Goat Boy. Yay! Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Where do you go from there?
I know,
Talk
dude.
the
There is nowhere to go from there. I think we pretty much summed up humanity in one little nutshell.
Does anybody out there have a neat Christmas story they'd like to share? That would be cool.
Well,
today.
the thing is that I don't think I have the phone, so I don't think I can answer. I mean, you could try. I could try to answer the phone.
Yeah. That'd be cool to hear from some of the chatters about how they feel about the holidays.
Well, we can... I'll try. I don't think I have the phones, though, guys. I don't think it'll work.
What do you mean you don't have the phones?
I don't have the phones forwarded to me from Jules.
Oh, well, I see.
Yeah. So I think the phones have to be forwarded, so I don't think it'll work.
Or you just have to uncheck the thing where they're forwarded. I see what you're saying.
Uncheck what? Oh, yeah.
In the properties, you go in and you uncheck where it says forward calls. But I might be
Skype?
able to. Yeah, in Skype. That's where you set it up to forward. I might be able to do it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So wait, will you go under tools or whatever, or options?
Yeah, go into Skype and go into the options, and then where it says call forwarding, just go in and uncheck the name.
It doesn't say call forwarding anywhere.
Oh, then it's down towards the bottom, call forwarding. It's under calls or something like that. Or advanced, somewhere towards the bottom. But there's Joe Friday. The facts and only the facts. That cracks me up.
Let's see.
Did you find it?
No.
Oh. It's under tools. You go to options, and then you go to privacy calls. Go to calls, and then up there it should say forward the calls. Answer incoming calls automatically. Oh,
calls. Okay.
Yeah.
Allow anyone to call me?
No, it'll say call forwarding. There it is, right under calls. See, it says call forwarding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And is it checked to go forward to a number?
Shit. Call forwarding options? Do I need to click that?
Go there, and then if it has checked by call forwarding, it's forwarding to someone else, so you can uncheck it.
Oh.
You learn something every day.
Goodness.
And
I don't see that.
Huh.
I mean,
after your Skype calls, then it says call forwarding options, and then it'll say forward my calls, and then it'll have a number in there.
Shoot. I just screwed something up.
Huh?
I just screwed something up. I don't know how to get back to it.
Oh well, I'll go in and see. Okay, and then, but
my thing's already unchecked, so.
Oh, okay. Then the calls will come into you.
Okay. We could try, guys.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to call in and share anything
Give the number
to
out.
make us feel all warm and fuzzy, 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah. It's snowing big time in like Colorado and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Oh my God!
It's supposed to get up to 75 here today.
Wow, the snow amounts were like, it looked amazing. It was just really like, some of the pictures of it were like, wow.
Oh yeah, I miss the snow. We used to get snow every year, and we haven't had snow. Last snow we had was about 1/4 of an inch and lasted about 10 minutes.
So the number, if you guys want to try, it's 718-717-8296. 718-717-8296 if anybody wants to try and call.
Anyone has a cool Christmas story or any kind of neat story.
Or if you got me on Skype, you can also get us through that way too, which would make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just ring like on Jules's end too, or something. You know, I don't know.
No, no, that number calls into the network, into Skype. Yeah. So, all right. So, what are you guys waiting for?
I just feel like talking. I don't even feel like covering the damn news.
Okay, tell us a good story.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Holy crap. I kind of have told some stories. I mean, I told that story of when I got the gun pointed at my head. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I told some of the Hutari story yesterday.
Yeah, you are a pretty good storyteller, come think of it.
I had a lot of weird shit happen to me in my time. You know, I mean, it's the truth. Usually is stranger than fiction.
Well, I have one. In fact, I was just talking to my friend Danny about it yesterday because we got to talking about things in Missouri and stuff. And after college, I took a couple of years off, and the three of us, we hitchhiked all over the United States.
Cool.
And this one guy gave us a ride from the Ozarks. And it was about an 8-hour ride. And then he goes, well, you guys want to come stay up in a couple of days with us out. We live out in the hills. And so we go, sure. And they just happened to be bootleggers.
Wow.
And they had a steal. And it was the strangest thing and the mother ruled that house. When she said something, it was done. But we were there 4 days, I think it was altogether. And she never said a word to me or to Joe or to Cindy. And I thought, wow, she hates us. She's going to do something mean or something. But the guy was really nice. And on our last day, I kept bugging him because I wanted to go with him on one of his deliveries. He finally said okay, and me and Cindy went with him. And I swear, I was on the floorboard the whole way going, okay, I'll never do this again if you let me out of this. I'll never do that. That man was driving so fast on these dirt roads, no headlights. And the moon was the only thing shining. And made all those deliveries. And by the time we made it home, man, I was just like a basket case. Guy
that drives like that, I'd feel comfortable as hell with. I mean,
I usually
if you're driving around these roads wasted like that, and that you got to be solid.
Man. He knew those roads. And the funny thing about it was, on our last day, the next day, we're getting ready to leave. First time this woman spoke to me, she just said, and she said to all three of us, she said, you can come back anytime. It almost floored me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was such a trippy thing. Those people, they gotta have lots of money with all the booze they sell and stuff, but you can't tell it. They live so basic.
Humbly.
Yeah, and no disrespect. None of them showed any disrespect to any of the other people there.
Well, that's that Southern hospitality, which we got Vince on the line, a Southern boy, with us right now. So, hey, that segues perfectly into that, Zorie.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I hijacked the airwaves this morning. It was dead air.
Yeah.
It was dead air on Prepper Chick, so Oh, the ground's really wet, and I'm getting a lot of background noise. So I was playing it back through my from my speakers from YouTube, and then so a bunch of people started showing up. And I was trying to holler at JJ, but I asked him if he wanted to do a little radio. Man, I love listening to JJ.
I know, me too.
Stories. And your story, I love it. So I thought I would maybe weigh in with a story of my own. I'll start with the Christmas one. Yeah, I had some venison last night. Not quite reindeer, but
That's awesome.
Hey, I got a hawk with me, Desert Hawk's here. He came in from Washington, so say hi,
Merry
Hawk.
Christmas.
Hey, Desert Hawk. Been a long time.
They say hi. I had to put my earphones on here so we didn't feed back, but he's not hearing, but I told him.
It's Christmas, Vince.
Merry Christmas, you bet.
And a Happy New Year.
So we had some clear skies. I guess you said you got clear skies out there in California.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah, it was beautiful sky last night, and then again this morning, all overcast again.
Yeah, like I said, maybe they're taking the Christmas holiday off.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think they should take a vacation.
Yeah, a long one.
So hey, I wanted to share my rubber bullet story, and this is out in California in Sacramento, actually over in Carmichael, and that was back in 96 maybe. And anyways, I'd gone out there from Vegas from Texas anyway, started out, and then back when I was married, and me and my wife, we ended up divorcing, but anyway, so I followed her out there to California, and I had my own place, and anyways, bad times, wasn't working out. The police were called, they showed up at my place, and I was drunk. So, want to have a party? I had Hank Williams playing in the background, whiskey, and yeah, so we had a lot of fun. Anyways, I see a light shining out the window. I'll just go to this point in the story, and I jerked the door open, and here's this little skinny cop and a gal cop, and they about fell down. They jumped back because I come out the door with a bat. They about fell down. He says, that's not a very good idea coming out like that. I said, buddy, it ain't a good idea to come snooping around with a flashlight. He says, well, we wanted to talk to you. And I said, what about? He says, well, we had a call that somebody might be worried about your safety. And I said, oh, I'm fine. And so I walked back in the door, but with the door open. I said, come outside. We want to talk. And I wasn't coming outside. I shut the door. Well, long story short, it ends up, there's a whole bunch of cop cars show up, right? Because
you wouldn't open the door?
Yeah, when they want to talk to you, they want to talk to you. I ended up out in the yard back and forth a few times and got a whole bunch drunker. I finished the bottle of Jack Daniels. I was drinking, I run out. It's like, man, this game ain't done. This game is kind of getting boring, but in between that point, I'd come out one time and old boy tried to mace me, and I mostly ducked it, but I realized later, after I was on the 5150, that hit me on the body, because, oh my God, that stuff started burning later on. But I'd go outside about 2 or 3 times. I'd say, won't you all just come take me then? And I have a baseball bat in one hand and a knife in another.
Shit. That should have get you shot today.
If I'd have been in Texas, I'd have been dead for sure.
You would have been dead anywhere.
Yeah. But so I run out of whiskey, and old boy down a couple of houses down, he was walking by with a bottle of wine. I said, hey, give me a drink of that wine, dude. And he says, I can't do that. And I said, I'll tell y'all what, because they kept wanting me to surrender. I said, if you let him give me a drink of that wine, I said, I think I did say just a drink. I said, then I'll surrender. I said, well, we can't do that. I said, well, I guess we're through talking then. And I go back in, shut the door, turn up the music loud. It was a good speaker too, man. Rocking all night. Neighborhood for 2 or 3 houses around. And then the bullhorn would come back. Vincent Easley. And finally, I'd open the door. What do y'all want now? I said, I'm trying to listen to music in here. He said, well, I tell you what, we'll let you have this wine. I said, okay. So one old cop, he walks up and he gets out towards the middle of the yard, and he throws the bottle out there right in the middle of the yard. I said, you asshole. So there I go. I trip on over there to grab up the wine. It's just as I'm reaching down to grab a hold of it. Boom! Wham! Hits me right, because my elbow's coming back as I'm coming back. They're shooting for my ribs, man. It hit me right in the elbow with a rubber bullet. I said, oh, my God, they've shot me. And I grabbed that wine up, and I turned around. Wham! I was headed back towards the door. Boom! Come another one. It hit me right across the back. And the third shot, they missed me, and I was back inside. You sons of bitches, I said, shot me.
Went back inside. Damn.
Got back inside. One cop, he's trying to go around the back, and the dog's barking back there. I was like, I hear you out there trying to get... I said, don't you all be tearing nothing or breaking no windows around there either. So I drank the wine, and pretty soon things started getting boring again, and I said, well... I'm going to have to give up eventually, so I guess I'll go ahead and give up. And so I opened the door, and I said, well, because part of the thing was if they gave me that bottle of wine and I smoked after that and I smoked a cigarette, I'd give up. And I said, I opened the door after a while, and I said, well, even though you guys tried to trick me, I said, I'm a man of my word. I said, I'm going to smoke this here cigarette. I've drank the wine. I said, I'm going to smoke this cigarette, and I'm going to give up. And so I made him sit there and wait.
They waited for you?
Yeah, I stood there in the door and smoked a cigarette. I'm going to light one right now. And, I mean, the whole time I'm just messing with him. And
so
one old boy in the back.
You, though?
Not yet. One of these big old cops in the back that I was messing with earlier, I was like talking smack to him and stuff. And I was giving them the dog eye, you know. One lady cop, that was their best weapon. She was the one talking to me, and she's the one that really kept the whole situation calm and cool, really. I mean, compared to what was going on. But so I said, okay, I'm done with my cigarette. I said, I'll give up. And they said, turn around, put your hands on your head, and walk backwards. I said, look, why we got to make this harder than what it is? I said, I'm giving up. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll walk out there, and then I'll turn around, and then I'll put my hands up. And then at this point, they're accepting anything, right?
Right.
So there I do. And then so I got in the middle of the yard. Not only I turn around a few times and sit, and we do the hokey pokey, and we turn ourselves about. Well, they come up then and eventually put the handcuffs on me and take me in on a 5150. I didn't even get any charges. I didn't do anything. They were accosting me, you know. So they take me in on a crazy observation. That's what they call it, California 5150. And I think it was a 72-hour hold on me. But they let me out. They let me out in 24 hours, though.
When you sobered up.
Yeah. Well, they took me to the hospital, and some old boy, he comes up, some nurse, he says, like, we're going to have blood from this one. I said, you ain't having none of my blood. He said, we'll 4-point you. I said, they had me handcuffed to the gurney at that point. And I was like, come on, old boy. I jumped up, and I jerked that, and he about fell down. But again, another a woman doctor comes to the day and reads the chart and says, we don't need any blood from him. Kudos to women, you know, I was saying the other day, you know, and you girls, awesome job that, you know, didn't used to have the opportunity. So, you know, we're moving forward as humanity, you know. But
in some ways, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the choices that you make in your life, you know what I mean? At least you learn from that situation, and you're lucky you ain't dead from that scenario, Vince.
That's true.
Yeah. I still got a mark from that rubber bullet in my elbow.
I'm telling you, if that shit would have happened today, your ass would have been dead.
That's a no shitter.
And it wouldn't have taken that long either, man. They wouldn't have messed around. One of them guys would have been like, I'm done with this fool. Bam! Yeah.
I went a year or so later in Fort Worth. That was the worst ass whipping I ever had in my life, was cops in Fort Worth. And it's like, well, what are we going to arrest him for, partner? And he actually took this big old huge chunk of broken concrete and throws it out into the middle of the road. He says, looks like littering to me, partner. And no, first he said jaywalking, then he said the littering, and then says, his partner says, "He's resisting, partner. He's resisting." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I just throwed myself on the hood of the car. Man, you want to talk about how you can get your joints twisted out of place?
Oh yeah,
man. They twisted them handcuffs down, clamped them down on me, and I said, "Man, them on there pretty tight." And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix that for you." And he took both his hands around each one and literally squeezed with all his might. I had indentions, and I'm looking at it now, and this is what, near 15 odd years later. Still have indentions. I've had run-ins with the laws, you know.
Well, that's called pain compliance, man.
Yeah, there you go. But there's also some good cops out there. If you know, that's kind of the controversial term, and what JJ was talking about too. You know,
individual.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm lucky to live in Van Buren County, Arkansas, here, where we got a lot of integrity and morality that our deputies out here and our sheriff, you know, show. I mean, hell, every time I've been arrested here, they ain't never even handcuffed me, you know?
Yeah,
sit in front of the car with them, smoke a cigarette. We get to jail. Well, you better smoke another cigarette before we go in.
No, yeah, I mean, that's what you find down in the Deep South. That's what you find. It's the hospitality and the morality is still down there in the South, you know?
I only had one encounter, and it ended up being a mistake, but we went into this restaurant up in Dunsmuir, and it's a little mountain town, and we were drunk, and there were cops were in there having their coffee, and I don't know, they ran a make on somebody, and I go, run a make on me. I never been in trouble. And it came back that there was a warrant out for my arrest, and they said, I'm sorry, we have to take you in. I went, you're kidding me. And they go, no, we have to. Everybody was giving me cigarettes and all this stuff, and I went off with them. And then they found out that it was, you know, they had typed the name in wrong or something. But it was funnier than hell, but I was in shock because I knew I'd never been arrested or anything.
Did they take your mug shot?
No, they didn't even book me. They didn't handcuff me either. Well, they couldn't. My hands were full of cigarettes and a piece of pie and all this stuff. But then when we got there, they figured it out and they put their name in wrong. And they drove me back to the restaurant, which was cool.
Oh,
but,
hey, that's good.
You know, that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
You know, I mean, when I moved into that town, they have the drinking fountain, best water on earth. And you're sitting there. Well, our friend that met us, and she was showing us the town, and we went there, and we were sitting there, and we were smoking a joint, and I looked over, and I went, is that the cop shop right there? She goes, yep. And I
went, oh, shit. Dang! I had a friend who, like, totally, you know, smoked every day, and all her roommates smoked and everything, and they lived right behind the cop shop in Ann Arbor. So...
Yeah, that's usually the safest place to live, they say, because cops are just coming in to work or leaving for work, and they don't pay attention to what's going on in the neighborhood there.
Right. Yeah. I often, like, was really high myself, like, staring at that building going, wow, they probably can't see what's right in back of them, can they? That's exactly what I would think, like, being all high there, you know? It's pretty funny. I was at the fireworks display between Detroit and Windsor for around the end of June. They have the big Detroit Windsor fireworks display, Canada and United States. So it's a pretty damn nice display of fireworks. And just walking around with my pit bull, and you know, I saw a cop, and he stooped down and tied some little kid's shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like Detroit. And so even in the big city, there's still cops that are, you know, good. I mean, I think you can find them anywhere you go. And I don't know. I just think that we've got to just try to get the word out to them that they're being used too.
Right. And people are trying to, you know.
They're going to be replaced by cop robots too. I mean, RoboCop, you know, they're announcing what the hell's going to happen in the future here.
Yeah, so, when they don't need them anymore, they're going to be down at our level.
Right, and
realize
they're
that.
going to be thrown at the top of the heap. That's exactly what Stalin and the communists did. I mean, when they when they got done with the cops, man, they were killed and thrown on the top of the body pile.
Yep.
And that's exactly how they operate. Make no mistake about that.
That's right. Anyone that thinks that they're in good with, them, you're living in a fantasy.
Yeah, and you're sadly mistaken. Anybody that helps them, anybody that does their bidding, but these mind control people, like JJ brought up with this cop shooter, they really, don't have much of a choice in the matter, because mind control is mind control. And you are not yourself. Believe me.
Yeah, I remember reading this article about someone who was in with the elite, and what was a slap in his face that woke him up is they were at this meeting or something, and he had his 14-year-old daughter with him. And this one other guy said, "Ooh, I like her. I think I'm going to take her." And the guy goes, "That's my daughter." And the guy looked at him and said, "So?"
Right.
Like, that's acceptable. And from that moment on, he left. And he put out quite a bit of information on him. It's on my other computer. But, yeah, they don't care. No one matters, not even the ones that are there next to them. Yeah. It doesn't matter to them.
You're supposed to sacrifice, really, your firstborn.
Yeah.
I mean, that
and this guy he couldn't believe it when that guy said that. And, and that turned his whole life around right there.
Yeah, when you don't know what you're dealing with, when you're playing with fire and don't really realize it's fire, you got to figure it out pretty damn quick. Because that is the inaccurate story too.
It's just like the mafia. You don't do what they say one time and you're out, no matter how long you've been in there.
Right, and
it doesn't matter.
And they pass little 14-year-olds around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just what they do.
Yeah,
I know this beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Well, look at all the pedophiles in government and stuff, and nothing ever happens to them.
Everywhere. Well, that's the thing. Usually, they'll blackmail you in some way, and that's how they hold it over. You have to be in the club by sodomizing a kid, or kids or whatever. I mean, they stack them up like cordwood too. And, if you're not involved in that, then you're not, part of the player, I mean,
Well, yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, remember the head of the Homeland Security got arrested for pedophilia?
Right. Absolutely. And
it's rampant.
You don't get knighted in the crown from the royals if you don't do these kinds of things, because you have to do that to be in the club.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got, the account of Hunter S. Thompson and the Bohemian Grove and the child snuff
the Bohemian Grove, and they make that human sacrifice, and nobody knows if it's a real sacrifice or it's not.
Right, and there's kids there. Believe me, there's little kids there, and they do all kinds of shit. And I actually,
And that's a sick part of humanity.
But if you don't realize what you're up against, ignorance is really not. You got to realize.
Been in it all their lives. They don't know any different.
Right.
No.
And most people out there, the average Joe, can't even elevate their mind to even think of such horrific things.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, it's happening all around you. It's happening right here in this little town that I'm in.
Yeah.
It's sadistic. It's insidious. And don't think I don't know what the fuck's going on around here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let me tell you.
Well, remember when they used to make a big deal about all the missing children? Their faces were on milk cartons, and where do you think those children went?
Exactly.
On,
They went down the rabbit hole, and of child slavery rings, and
there for a while they were bringing it out in the open. Remember, they were busting daycare centers that had tunnels where they were taking the children to be abused and then threatening them if they told they would kill their mother and father, and all that was coming out there for a while, and then it just all faded away back into the deep.
Yeah, back under the carpet. into oblivion. Yeah, it's that. Oh man, and that, you know, dude, I swear to God, if I think justifiable homicide would be if, like, I came across somebody raping a child, I would instantly kill that son of a bitch right there with my bare hands. I swear to you, I would. And that's justifiable homicide in my book, and I would do that too if I ever caught anybody. I swear, I mean, it would just be.
And these are the people that yell the loudest. It's for the children. It's for
yes,
the children.
Absolutely, and that's the sick, twisted part of it. You're absolutely right. They are the ones that yell the loudest. The NAMBLA assholes. The fucking, oh my God, it just makes me, ooh. They wouldn't need to go to prison if I was around. They would just be dead.
Yeah.
And is that a threat? Yeah, that's a threat.
Yeah.
All you fucking child molesters out there, you fucking bastards.
You know how easily people are turned? There was a few years back where this woman's daughter was molested, and the guy was in court, and he got out on a technicality, and she shot him. Oh. Everybody cheered for her, everything. And then they came out and said they found some drug in her system, and then all of a sudden everybody turned on her. Like, that made a big
time for that?
Yes, she had to do time for it after they found the drugs. But before the drugs, before the blood test, they said they weren't going to charge her or anything. But, you know, that's how wacky people, they can change on a dime. Like one guy here got killed by the police. Everything about it was weird. The cop's story changed, everything. And everybody was saying, wow, that cop shouldn't have killed him. He was an armed guy on a bicycle. But then they found out that he had been arrested for drugs before that. Then that's when the cop's story changed and said, oh, his eyes were all wild and this and that. And, you know, the guy, it was okay that they killed him then. So, you know, people are wacky. I mean, I don't understand it, how they can just switch on a dime from being on your side to, oh, you did something bad, so that I'm against you all the way.
Well, that's the marvel of groupthink, mind control.
Yeah.
It's done on purpose.
Oh yeah, you know. And they're so good at it. And with the TV, everyone's already in that open. Their subconscious is open to almost anything. And if you know how to speak to the subconscious, yeah. And then that's what MK Ultra and all that, and they're still doing those experiments.
Well, it's even as benign as like a television preacher does that with the rhythm of the voice and the tone of inflection of the voice, and there's like a beats per minute of the words that come out of his mouth. And
what are they?
Evangelists.
Yeah, man, those people always make me sick because
me too.
They thrive on the poor and like the old ladies that send them their checks, you know, and go hungry and eat cat food and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, those people just totally.
We have my best friend, her mother. She gave so much money to her church. Now she has nothing left. And where is her church? They're nowhere. And she would send them hundreds of, almost her whole check every month.
See, and like when she dies, they'll have a little ceremony there, and that'll be it.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, and I mean, when she'd be in the hospital or something, you know, before when she had money to give them, they would all be there in her room praying with her and for her. And then now, you know, she's got starting Alzheimer's, and her money's being controlled by her daughter, so they're not getting the check no more, and they're nowhere to be around.
Of course not.
Yeah. It's pathetic, and that's the one thing. Who was it? George Carlin said, you know, God, he's all this powerful, but he can't handle his money. He always needs more.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a huge point. And I don't know, man. People are definitely easily led. That's why everybody needs to ask themselves, like, what is this doing? What is this doing for my community? What is this doing for this person who is, coming out into the pulpit like that. And
don't be so judgmental. I always tell people,
like? Is it a humble church? Is it,
I have no right to judge
man.
anyone.
I just don't go to churches for that reason. I don't trust it, and I never have. And so, I can worship on my own.
But, I always say, okay, your church is good. If, you're there.
My grandfather always said that when he went to church, he went fishing. That was his church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
okay, I always say, you're sitting in church.
Are you still there?
Three Hell's Angels come in and sit at the back of the room. How are they going to be treated if they're really so full of love?
Was I just talking over you?
I don't know. Were you?
Yeah, I accidentally put the sound down on my earphones.
Okay, just take over the airways.
Sorry. I couldn't hear.
No, but I'd say, in a church, if 3 Hell's Angels walk into a church and sit in the back pew, are they going to go greet them with open arms, or are they all just going to start whispering amongst each other and judging them?
Sure. Oh, and the judging, the judging's happening.
Yeah, I don't. I've throughout my life, I've found that the most hypocritical people are the ones that go to church every Sunday.
And why
most judgmental?
Why in the hell is that? Why? It's because
I don't know.
They go to church and they are, all their sins are wiped away for that week or whatever,
Catholic church, and you get to go into the confessional. You go tell this guy all your sins, and then you go out the next week and do them again, and then all you have to do is go confess them, and then you're all good again. Say a few Hail Marys, and
It just, that is, to me, a pattern of the snake biting its own tail. It's a perpetual thing that never ends. And they get you into that perpetual motion forever and ever and ever. And you never grow, you never learn, you never do anything.
Well, look at how Bush and all those, they say that they do everything, and they go to church, and they're godly people. If that's godly people, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, I guess since we're on this kind of weird subject, I guess the Pope last night gave a sermon and ripped all of his top cabinet, all of his cardinal, all of his whatever the hell is called underneath the Pope, all those guys. He was ripping them a new asshole because he was like, you guys are you're swayed by materialistic goods and hidden secrets and hidden lives. And I was like, damn, dude. And then you can see they would pan back over to showing those guys in the red hats, shifting and fidgeting in their seats. You've gone away from God, he says,
But the Vatican has the highest murder rate.
Well, that and they're all like celebrating with like little boys, and they're you know what I mean, and gay dance
clubs. And they
clubs.
Protect pedophiles. They protect them.
And without really saying all that, the Pope kind of called them out, and it was really interesting seeing those guys shifting in their seats like that. And it's really it's very unorthodox for a Pope to like attack his own guys like that. And
maybe he's a real man of God. I don't know.
Something's up with that. So,
but the only way you get up there is if you brought lots and lots of money.
That's right. The only way you get that position is if you play the game. And so I don't know what's going on with all this.
Thornbird showed that it was a series on TV. And it was a really good series, but it showed just how you got up to be a cardinal and all. You had to put a lot of money in.
Yeah, just literally. Oh man, it's so corrupt there. I've got friends that are Catholic. I've got this one friend that is so.
Goes to church.
He's an older fellow, and he is so Catholic. And he's one of us, right? He's totally awake. He's one of us. He's a patriot. but he knows, like he could tell you every single pope throughout history. He just knows everything about him. He's studied it, like, and he's in his 70s, and he's just got a wealth of that knowledge, and he knows damn well what's going on in the Catholic Church.
Well, my friend from Mexico,
I love that guy. I don't think down on him because he's a Catholic or anything. I love this guy. I love this guy with all my heart. And, so I've got Catholic friends, so what?
Yeah, but, in Mexico, I have a friend that grew up in Mexico, and he said it was nothing. You always whenever you seen one of the fathers, they always had little young girls and little young boys with them at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it just makes you want to freaking puke.
It's like they give up their kids. It's like they give up their kids to them.
Yes, exactly.
And how can you keep...
They want your firstborn. We were saying that earlier.
Yeah, how do you keep going to a church that protects pedophiles, that damage children, but yet people still go to that church? I don't... that's another brainwashing faith.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your firstborn?
It's pretty much what it is.
All right, Vince. That was a pretty good imitation.
Yeah, that was bad. I wasn't expecting that shit.
We want your firstborn.
Yeah.
It's like that time I thought my daughter was possessed because she was speaking Spanish in her sleep. And I thought it was when Exorcist was out. And I made her make her own breakfast, get dressed. I wouldn't go in the same room with her for 2 days.
Vince kind of sounded like Goat Boy there.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I tell you, I don't know. It's some of the things that we do, silly.
Yeah,
but you did sound just like him, Vince.
Oh, my God. Well, it sounded a little off, but, Goat Boy nonetheless.
Okay, I got to ask, who's Goat Boy?
Oh, jeez. All you got to do is go into YouTube, put in Bill Hicks Goat Boy, and watch it. Holy
okay, God, I thought I had all of Bill Hicks' videos.
Oh, well, that's where he does the Goat Boy bit in his London gig.
Oh, I'm going to have to go watch that then, because I guess I missed it.
How can you miss that?
I don't know. I have all of Bill Hicks' videos, all of his shows. I love
where he comes out in the sweet-ass fucking black leather, like, flat hat and his black leather coat and the smokes go up.
Okay, yeah, that one. I seen that one where at the end he says, you got a choice. And
that's right. It's just a ride. That's right.
Oh, then I didn't get the beginning. I'm going to have to do that today.
What? Oh, my God. All right, come on now. Goat Boy, that's like one of the highlights.
Isn't that weird? But I missed it somehow.
Wow.
Well, tomorrow I'll know about Goat Boy. I guarantee it. But I had to ask. I didn't want to seem stupid since everybody else seemed to know what it was. But, okay, I'll go check it out.
Or if you just want to quickly skip to it, you can just go to YouTube and see the Goat Boy bit on YouTube.
Okay, because there was another guy that did a Goat Boy, but it wasn't Bill Hicks. I've seen that one. But, okay, well, I'll do that right after the show. And then I'll know what this is all about.
I just keep playing that just because it's funny. Oh,
jeez. Now look at the show, man. We did good.
We did.
I have a goat story to share.
You do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I have a goat story to share.
Well, I'm a little scared you're from down south, man. I'm a little scared to hear this one.
Yeah. So these two old boys was riding around, right, and had old buddy come down from New York, and so they're riding along, and here's this goat, and he's got his head stuck in the fence, and boy, they slammed on the brakes and went over and mounted that goat and hauled her back. So he said, "Hey, boy, you want to try some of this?" And old boy from New York, he went over and stuck his head in the fence.
Wow. Wait, are you shitting me? They mounted the goat?
It's a joke.
Oh.
Hey, I got it for once.
Waiting to hear that bit. I was waiting to hear that bit, and then he said it, and I'm just like, what? Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh, wow, we're on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go boy, man. Oh my god. That's funny.
I can never tell a joke. I always mess up the punchline. I hate that. But some people, they can just rattle them off, joke after joke after joke. And then I always say I'm going to remember it, and I don't know.
I love people who make other people laugh. I mean, it's awesome.
I'm usually the one sitting there with this dumbfounded look on my face, like, I don't get it. And then they have to explain it to me. Oh. And then it's like 10 minutes later, I'm laughing.
Oh, 10 minutes later.
I mean, they know I don't get it when they see this dumb look on my face, so then they come back, okay, let me explain it to you. And then I get it, but,
right.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I worry about me, but...
Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah. Sometimes I worry about me? That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're going to be here tomorrow, and it's going to be the Christmas Eve show, I think. I mean,
I'll be here.
I'll be here. I'm not...
Christmas Day, no.
No, Christmas Day will have to be either dead air or... I mean, if it's dead air, I might jump on. But
I'm sure she'll put a replay on tomorrow. Yeah. I don't think anyone expects us to be here. But you never know when we might pop in.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, if it's a replay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'll be here tomorrow. Jules probably has family stuff going on. I think her family's visiting, so...
yeah. My mom's too far away. My daughter's too far away. So it's me and my roommate and a couple friends will probably pop by. But... we celebrate Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is our big holiday. I don't celebrate
Thanksgiving.
Many other ones.
I think Thanksgiving's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And it's like it's almost disappearing because you have Halloween and Christmas stuff out even before Thanksgiving is over.
Right, and let alone the shopping now. They're open Thanksgiving. So
well, they got what they wanted, little consumers. That's all everybody is. Get a deal.
Knobs. Knobs all. Every one of you are knobs.
Yeah. I very seldom even go in a retail store. I love the Salvation Army and the little thrift stores. Mm-hmm. I can get almost everything I need.
Yep. I don't know. I just try to patronize the mom and pops, and occasionally I have to go to the bigger stores, but hey, it's crazy. And tomorrow is freaking Christmas Eve. I can't even believe it. I mean, do you think something big's going to happen on Christmas? Do you think it's just going to be all...
I don't know. The one thing that gets me about holidays, and it's always kind of bugged me, especially like New Year's, all the taxis give the drunks rides home free. No, they don't charge them that one day of the year. Like, your life matters on that night. But the rest of the year, go ahead and drive and kill yourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that, It's like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why don't you always give drunks a free ride home, and the ones that can pay get, money from them? But I don't know. We used to use it, like when I lived in Chico and we partied a lot. We would get all the taxi on the nights that they give free rides and get a ride next door or close to the next bar we wanted to go to. And walk over to it.
Well, there you go. I mean, some communities, I think, have little programs like that, but not many.
Yeah, in Chico, they have these guys with, what do they call those little carriages where the little guy runs in front of it and you're...
Oh, a rickshaw.
Yeah, they have those in Chico, the college students. They started this and they're parked it in front of every one of the bars, and they are on bicycles, but they have a rickshaw behind it.
That's perfect.
And then you just pay them tips for giving you a ride home.
That's exactly how it should be. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. They've been doing it for years. I mean, I always took it. And I lived a few miles away, so I made them huff and puff. But I always tipped them. But, you're drunk and you're out there. The cool air feels good. They're making a few tips, and they're doing something good for people.
That's right. Absolutely. And that's what it's supposed to be all about, really. And I agree with that. I think that's good. Everybody should...
Yeah, it is. It is a really good idea.
Take that away with you today. I mean, go start a rickshaw company in a drunk town.
Right. And they made good money, but they didn't charge you anything.
Here, you can only do that in the summertime, you know.
Well, it was during the summer that they did this, but I bet you now they have to have permits and special licenses, and
right.
You know, back then they didn't have to have anything; they just did it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was a fun town to live in.
Neat. That's cool that you actually had the experience of that.
Yeah, and they used to have free concerts. Well, here we have free concerts all summer long. They sometimes gets up to 10,000 people at them, and this has been going on for 25 years. Every Tuesday during the summer months, there's a free concert.
That's awesome.
People go out there, lawn chairs and all that. Now, there never used to be no rules. Now you can't take your dogs. You can't smoke within 25 feet. But people couldn't take their dogs, but I always took my iguana on her leash.
That's awesome. Dude, that's fantastic. Yeah. I bet you got a lot of attention doing that.
Oh, the kids. Oh, by the end of the summer, the kids knew her by name. She made it into the paper. And yeah. And even people that were real scared of her at first, because she was 6 feet long, they were real scared. But after they got to know her, people came over and petted her and said, "Hi, Charlie."
Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Do you still have her?
No, I had her 13 years. She died a couple years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
My dad's got a scarlet macaw. It's a giant red parrot, and this thing he'll take little kids' hats off of their heads and keep it in his beak. And they'll just squeal and squeal and screech and just be like, jump up and down and go, wow, you know.
Now, you know about Teflon and birds, don't you?
Huh?
And Teflon, if you have a boiling pan of water and say the water boils out, you know, and you don't catch it in time, all it takes is one breath of a bird of the toxic fumes, and they'll die instantly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, in fact, I revisited the Teflon site because I had forgot what it was exactly. But yeah, and you can get sick using Teflon. You get like a flu symptoms from the toxins that come off Teflon. I threw all my Teflon pans out. They are gone.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
I use stainless steel only.
Yep, hourglass. But yeah, Teflon, it says they don't put it on their product, but they put it on their website. You know, if you get flu-like symptoms, headache, nauseous, and stuff, it's from the Teflon. It's very toxic. And especially to birds, they kill over dead instantly if they take one breath of the fumes from there.
Damn.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. I mean, if it do that to birds,
or go to YouTube and put in Teflon flu, and it'll come up and they tell you all about it.
Flu, I've never heard of
that. And
they know
about it. They know about it, and the lady goes, "Well, there's the guy goes, well, you know, they're finding Teflon chemicals in everybody's blood," and she goes, "Well, there's all kinds of chemicals in everybody's blood. Like that's an excuse."
Right.
Yeah. But that's your thing of the day. Get rid of your Teflon pans, because if you get flu symptoms, it may not be the flu at all. It might be just from what you cooked in your Teflon pans.
Oh, that is nasty.
Right, and that's even if there's no chips or anything on it. That is just a toxin that comes up. Now, if it's chipping and you eat it in your food, you're going to get sick.
Yeah. Oh, imagine. I mean, if it has all that, imagine the cumulative effects of using that. Holy crap.
And they got everyone hooked on it. I can remember the commercials going, if you're not cooking with Teflon, you're working too hard. It makes everything so easy.
Right.
We always go for the easy and the quick.
Mm-hmm. And the nonstick.
Yeah.
Something's got to be wrong with those, like, silicone pie cake pans.
Oh, I won't. Oh, no.
Something's wrong. Just inherently wrong with that silicone crap.
Or the microwave plastic that you put in the microwave where they've shown with microscope that stuff is just melting right into your food.
Yeah, dude. Or like one of those styrofoam plates in the microwave. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Really? You really just
Threw
did
my
that?
microwave away.
Oh,
Bye.
I did too. Oh my God.
It was hard giving it up, though. You get hooked on that quickness. You know, you're hungry, throw it in, you're eating in 2 minutes. But
And-
now I can't even imagine not cooking my
But
food.
there's people that sustain and subsist on microwave TV dinners.
Yeah. It's the only thing they use.
Yeah.
You know, their stove isn't even used.
It's the only thing they eat ever. They're killing us. But guess what? They made the choice, so we're bringing it back here at the end of the show. We're bringing it back full circle. They made the choice to go out and buy those products and buy that microwave, so it's not really our fault.
It's a blind obedience.
Yeah. And use the Teflon, people. Use the Teflon. So
And the aluminum, don't forget.
Yeah, use the aluminum and everything else. Yeah, absolutely. And then everybody wonders why the fuck they're sick, and then they need to go to doctors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, guys, we're at the end of the show, and what's up next?
God, can you believe this?
Yeah, it was a fun show. I loved it.
Yeah, it really was. Today was absolutely one of the best shows that we've had. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay, hang on. So what we've got, the player's not working. So, alright, what's coming up next is, well, hey, it's freaking Tuesday, so it's Post-Ignorance with Kevin Blanche. Everybody get your bleep buttons ready. Warm those bleep buttons up. Woo! And then at 1 is The Edge with John Stokes, and then at 3 is the Jack Blood Show. And then at 6 o'clock, guys, Tuesday, fun night here on UCY.TV, 6 o'clock with The Ocelli Effect. And then 8 o'clock is Primer Time with Michael and Nick. And then at 9, there's All Things Apocalyptic with G. Michael Hoff. And then at 10, Prepper Chicks After Dark. And then 11 is Anti-Media Radio.
All day radio.
Absolutely.
Thanks, girls.
Thanks, Vince, for coming on and sharing your stories.
Yeah.
I had fun. Love and peace, y'all.
Merry Christmas, dude.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all you wonderful chatters. Without you, there's no us.
That's right. Absolutely. Thanks for everybody, and we love all you chatters too, man. Glad to
Your
have
family.
you with us.
So today was our mushy show, and I loved it. I just,
Me
like, you know me, I love mush.
And it was great because I think you only read one damn story. So I think
Yeah, well, we talked about one story. We didn't read anything, but you know what? Take a break.
yeah, man, we need that. We'll probably do the same damn thing tomorrow, I hope, because I don't feel like reading anything tomorrow either. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So have a safe Christmas and enjoy your family and your loved ones and take the time to let them know.
Absolutely.
It's important.
It is. You gotta forget about. Merry
Bye,
Christmas, guys.
everybody.
See ya.
Miles per hour, share, spread them around.
See you tomorrow.